You know, I spent all this time trying to fix my stand, and now my stand doesn't want to be fixed unless I... Hold on, everybody. Ain't that just awesome? Perfect. Let's make sure we're hooked up to our plug. I have unlimited power. Hold on, everybody. I gotta fix this. We're gonna go up one more to get some stability out of this stand. I know, right? Why didn't I do this before? There. We got it. Now I'm gonna run right over here and show you what we're doing. Okay, everybody. Let me make sure I can see us over here and you can hear. Cool. All right, so as you know, everybody, you can head right over to Boston 1 Hour Hoodie and Tees or Live Event Printing and check us out there. And today, once I find my screen again, sorry for flashing all this shit up here. Okay, so I do know where this is at now. I mean, I can see the little lives going on and stuff. Okay, everybody, today we are unboxing our 2.5 by 3.5 rectangle button maker. And for those of you who have been in the button making industry, this is Techre's most expensive button maker. It is literally for the pros. And this isn't like the small 1-inch button makers, 2-inch button makers. These are American-made button machines that are of the highest quality in the industry. So what we're gonna do is just, you know, a lot of people have never seen how these things ship. So by the way, this weighs 41 pounds, and I assume that's the button maker here. And we'll kind of walk you guys around. So 40 pounds here. The little Mylar shells, these are the magnets when they come. We are a Techre dealer. So if you're out there and you buy this machine from me, this is exactly how we will send it to you. And the shipping bill comes through UPS. I still haven't got the bill yet. I do not know how much it costs. But what I'll do right now is walk to the back, since we're at the beginning of this video, and then we're going to show you the differences in button makers and why these button makers are so much fun. So we have the 3-inch, the 4-inch, the 6-inch, the 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch. This is not a Techre button. maker. This is just an old one that I started with. It is not stable, but it can get some jobs done. This is a 6-inch button cutter, and over there is our, what is that one? I think that's the 1.5-inch button cutter. So in stock right now, we have a 6-inch, 4-inch, 2-inch square, all the circles, but I didn't go down to 1 inch because I just think that's too small. So I start at 1 inch, sorry, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.25 inch, 3.5 inch, 4 inch, 6-inch circle buttons. Then we have our square button maker, which is a 2-inch square button maker. And we have our 2x3-inch rectangle button maker, and now our 2.5 by 3.5 inch rectangle button maker. So if all goes well, we'll be able to fire off some buttons here and just add more and more to the button and label industry of our operation. I love buttons. I've been printing buttons for years, and I can't get enough of it. I'm highly addicted. Probably the most addicted button printer you've ever met. These are very heavy, so what we're pulling out of here is the I think these are the metal shims. Let's take a look. Yeah, they're definitely the metal shims. So that's the size, about the size of the buttons we're making right here. So very cool. Your total investment on something like this is well above, you know, like 3,500 cash. So you've really got to have some label business to foot the bill. Sometimes it's even more, depending upon what you buy, but as a dealer, it just benefits me to, I had to buy 15 smaller buttons, and then you buy the bigger button once you get past your initial investment. So these are all the magnet backs, which are lots of fun, a lot of fun. And you know, we're set up to go print at cannabis events, school events, football events. I just did a Duracell event, and man, that was a blast. Sure wish that I had a bigger button maker then for the rectangles. You know, because Duracell's logo was pretty damn cool. It's perfect for a rectangle shape. But Christmas is coming along, and this makes some of the best ornaments that you can get your hands on. You know, personalized ornaments, man, they make a fortune of business for us. And what do we have in here? More magnet. And I think these are more Mylars. Or sorry, what do you call it? These are the shells, but I don't think I need to take more of these out. So I've already got them here. That's 500 per box is what it is. And then, so we got 1,000 individual magnets. So when you get your system set up here of 1,000, you get 1,000 backs, horizontal, rectangle. You get your Mylars. So you figure you have about, so we've got magnets, pins, and mirrors. So basically your average 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch button maker, for rectangles by the way, stores roughly, or there's 1,000 of each, so 1, 2, 3,000. 3,000 times $5, do the math, and that's how much your first setup can make you. And trust me, there's not going to be anybody else in my region, I've already checked, that can do rectangle buttons on the spot. Most people will order these out and then get them completely screwed up. Now this is pretty cool. This is what, if you're familiar with the button making industry, this is exactly what you're going to get. Pretty cool, right? This is our graphic punch, and we're gonna punch some stuff out here. And then what I'm gonna do is just share this with you all, so give me just a moment. By the way, my Wicked Vegan sign. Just gotta check something here. Hey, Scooter! Can you silence that radio, dude? You're gonna get me blocked, bro. Thank you. You don't dance, and your mama don't rock and roll, dude. Why all of a sudden do you listen to music?
How can you hear that over there? I can't even hear it.
We can hear it because it's bouncing off the ceiling. Nobody wants to hear your elevator music. Man, put on some rock and roll or something.
That's gonna be $50 when you shut my radio off.
It's disturbing the peace.
Are you still live?
Yeah.
Yeah, shut it off for you.
Thank you.
I don't want to give you bumps.
It really happens, by the way.
Huh?
I said it really happens. All right, so let's come take a look over here at Techry, everybody, and as soon as I pull up Techry, we'll go ahead and Alright, so we're going to share it right there and just give me a moment. Okay, now you can get this from us, or you can go to Techry, whichever one you want. You don't have to buy from us, but we would love to be able to show you all an unboxing of this and how the device actually works, and why it is so much more efficient buying this than it is buying a Chinese knockoff brand, which, you know, every time you buy one of those, the paper, they don't set correctly in that thing. There's so there's always issues, right? And all I'm doing is I'm over here, right, so I can see what I'm doing. Now let's go ahead and bring the camera in close to you guys, because we should have our Mylars, and then we're gonna take out the button from the box, which we'll have to move the camera around. We should have our Mylar, we should have our metal boxes, so there's 1,000 right here, and these are some heavy boxes, by the way, everybody. But what I am not finding are Mylars. So maybe it's in bags beneath, or I forgot a box. Which I think that's what I did. I probably forgot a box outside, unless they're under and in here. So we have 25 by 25, 35. There's 1,000 pieces in here. And unfortunately, I don't see the Mylar. So let's go ahead and I'm going to check one more thing. Stand by. Alright, so I'm sure what is happening is that the entire order is not here yet. Because I should have 1,000 upright, 1,000 horizontal, and 1,000 magnet backs. Which seems right, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I can't understand how this would be 1,000, but potentially it could. These are very thin pieces of metal. It sounds right, 1, 2, 3,000. All right, let's go ahead and open this box up for the best button maker we've ever seen. When this button maker is shipped to you, it is shipped in a box that is very, very durable, and you're just not going to break this box. So we're just going to move you right over here, and then we will open this boy up, and hopefully I can move it out. It's pretty damn heavy, by the way. All of this stuff is. You know, when they ship it, man, they ship this product just to be thoroughly protected in this box. Kind of a good idea, though. And it's probably easier. Oh, maybe my Mylars are in there. Maybe they're not. Might be easier for me just to drop this box down on the ground and lift it up. I mean, it's actually not that heavy. But there's holes down there. Probably easier just for me to check it out how they ship it. So it's shipped in there sideways. And you can see right back there, man, this is a great great method of shipping, and we may have to break this down. I didn't think about that. The tools I'm going to need to break that box down. And that's too bad I don't know a plumber. Plumber could get that apart really quick, you know, just come out here and bring all of his wrenches and stuff. It's getting to be, you know, where plumbers don't help anymore. You know, they want you to do your own jobs and my Mylars. Wow. Well, so it looks like since it's in here, we can just kind of pick it up and drag it back. Ugh, this thing is a beast. So all Techry button makers come with a lifetime warranty. They're made in America. They're not some cheap-ass communist knockoff product, you know. These are handmade here in the USA, fabricated in the USA, and they're some awesome pieces of equipment. And we already have items that are easy enough to print and go. I've already printed some stuff. Look at the size of this button maker, dude. This is legit. Holy crap. Telling you, man, every time I buy a new button maker, I'm stunned at the quality of these things. Because like most people, right, when I started in the button business, I really didn't know any better, so I went and bought some Chinese products, and I lost interest in them because they're so damn hard to use. Now, the interesting thing about this button maker is that it does have an interesting enough path that we have to knock the ends off the image. So we're going to go really quick, and we're going to get a pair of scissors. All right, then, so besides that, everybody, you know that anytime I leave a room, I lose scissors. It is just a normal thing in my life. What do we got here? Well, this certainly doesn't look like 1,000 milers, but you never know. So I've got more pins. There must be another box coming. Let me look in there. We have no more milars, so there's definitely another box with 1,000 milars. Let me double check what I got here. Total magnets. Yeah, we're missing a box. Okay, so we can still get started without the box, right? It is what it is. We're gonna take this and just lower it down. It's light enough that you can pick this up by hand. And quite honestly, the 6-inch button maker seems to me to be heavier than this. Obviously, there's more metal, that could be why. Notice this machine is made of 100% metal parts, unlike some of the Chinese button makers that are made of plastic and some soft metal. Man, this thing is gonna last decades before it needs to be repaired. So we're gonna look and notice that's side A. That's gonna be side B. Let's go ahead and get a Mylar and get everything set up to use for this. That's going to be our pin, though this one's bent a little, so we'll put that in the down position. Like so. The top one is gonna be our soft back. So we'll use one of these. Just checking to see, if maybe there's some more Mylar in here. It doesn't appear to be, so we've got... This is kind of cool. So when you get your button maker, you can either do your horizontal or your portrait. And of course the magnets, they don't matter anyways. So we've got, what are these? More items. Okay, these are only the Mylars we got, so they must be in between here and there. And I double checked and we do not have any more boxes outside. I wonder why they sent me that. Of course, they did not send 1,000 pins, but maybe that's because in the United States, we're having a shortage of products. Let's go ahead and use our cutter. Can you see the cutter over here, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. We'll walk you around right over here. And what comes in the box? All right, so let's take a look. When you get your button maker, you get all of your backs. You get all of these are your shells. This is the back. Usually we're used to like metal backs, but these are not metal backs. You get instructions from Teckery. You know how to do your graphic, how to do your magnet. It gives you your cutout dimensions. Of course, your warranty options. You get a nice little instruction booklet. So basically everything you need to get to make your buttons are right there. So let's go ahead, turn this way. Just plant you guys right there. We'll take a look at this and then cut, right? I've got my dimensions of things that I want to cut here. I mean, this is a perfect for, you know, like a business card or something like that, you know. They're great. Like I said, they're great for your Christmas trees. And then we're just going to go ahead and see how we're going to put these in. Since I cut them that way, they need to be reduced in size so that they can fit inside the button cutter, the graphic punch. And then once you get your graphic in there, it looks like I've got too much distance on the front. Right now I can do this one-handed, everybody, I think. So we're just taking our image and we're going to put that right in there. I'm sizing all of these. And we're going to go with our first customer who bought 500 buttons from us. I asked my friend Scooter last night, I said, hey man, I will print you, what did I tell him? I said, I will print you 100 buttons for 50 cents each. And it was like nothing. So I called up my friends over here and I said, hey guys, my new button maker's coming tomorrow. And I will print you 50 buttons for $3.50 each. I got pissed off, right? She's like, dude, you're kidding me. Those things are epic. So we're just gonna line this up right in here. And if you guys are in the Framingham, is something wedged in there or what? Let's try going this way. Interesting, got through one end, not the other, right? Okay, so what's happening is that the paper's just catching in the corner, so we gotta just wiggle that through. It's like getting hung up somewhere. Oh, I see that. You can't have that much end. See, I got too much end down here. All right, let's put it in now and see if it'll work, which it should just slide right in for us. In the hell is caught up in that thing. Once this gets used, it'll start to lay better. Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking at right here. And then we're just going to use our graphic punch to slap down. That's done. So we lift up. Now we have our cutout. And that's perfect. See how it just cut the sides of the image right there for us? And that's why your cutter is so important. Now, you don't have to use a Mylar, right? You know, you can... And this one's not really gonna matter because we're just gonna smack that on there. But look, I now have a phone stand, right? That's kind of cool, isn't it? Alright, so let's just get you guys right over here. And we can get through these. Thank you, Union Twist in Framingham, Massachusetts, for being our first customer with our rectangle button maker. And here's the overall idea of this company, right? This company comes to Framingham in the Boston area and they open up a cannabis store and their prices are so cheap, they're so inexpensive that your cannabis dealer is now buying from Union Twist and then reselling to you with 1 ounce prices under $100 many times and eighth prices of 25 cents, sorry, $25. The company is really putting these high priced companies out of business. So let's go ahead and print them up. Word to your mother. Dude, these are awesome. We're gonna put a magnet on the back of that. And once you get your magnet on this, right? And that, my friends, is some serious dollars in the pocket. What do you think? Can you make some money with that, everybody? Can you tell me why so many of you out there who are watching this button video, can you tell me why many of you are happy to pay $2.25, $3 for some of the circular buttons? And these can be keychains. I can put lights behind them. They can have little holes in there so that they just hang on the Christmas tree. There's unlimited potential that you can make with a button maker. And if you're interested in getting a button maker, talk to me, because we have so many of them and they ship so fast. And let's make some more, right? Because making buttons is so much fun. You know, my friend came over and he's like, hey dude, did you hear how much dads are making on OnlyFans by showing their dad bods? And I'm like, who the hell wants to do that, dude? I can sit here and make buttons all day, you know? So let's do a He-Man button, right? Dun 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 dun. For those of you who grew up on He-Man, do you want to know what I did? Right, I bought my 18-month-old the entire He-Man Collectibles 1980 set. Eternia, Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain with the microphone that works, and I got him every character, one character of every character of the He-Man cartoon series. Now, don't ask me how much I paid for it. Trust me, it was more than a button maker, more than this button maker, right? But I want to pass on to him toys like I did my first children. You know, they got #1 comics from, what's his name? Iron Man #1, Batman #1, Joker. I couldn't afford the Holy Grail of comics, which is a #1 Superman, and I probably never will. I don't have $1 million yet, but I'm growing somewhere, right? Okay, so let's get this printed, and I just want to figure out why I'm getting, I see why the paper. So if you don't open this paper chute right here the whole way, then your paper jams up. Obviously, you can kind of feel where that open slot is. But once we get that slot in there and we're able to just rotate the paper, it's like there could be something still stuck in here. I just have to break it in. Now, this button maker can print on canvas. So it can print on light photographic paper canvas, which canvas buttons, nobody's ever really thought of, but I just think they're going to be a huge hit. So as soon as I break this device in and use it a lot and a lot and a lot, then it's going to get easier and easier to use. So let me share this at one more place. And let's see where my page went. I think we're going to be right over here at one of these. I just saw it. Okay. I had my phone in airplane mode, and it doesn't matter because even if it's in airplane mode, people just don't care. Or I post, don't bother me. Well, it is on airplane mode. Oh, I know, I have the Wi-Fi calling on. Okay, let's come over here and see what we've got. We're just gonna share this to my button groups. Share to a group. Cool. All right, so let's make our second button our... Jesus. Okay. Todd, if you're watching the video and your product's not there, wait, it's gonna get there. Please don't call repeatedly until I end the video. So with the older machines, I think you used to have to cut the corners. And of course now we don't. So here goes button number 2. I like things that put people's logos all over everything that I can get my hands on. It's a lot of fun. We're coming just right over here. And as you can see, we put our Mylar in there. And we're gonna put our little sticker in here. Or we put our shell in here. They're actually called collets, I believe. We're gonna put our Mylar in there. And then what we're gonna do now is we're going to get a pin. Oh no, my son's gonna want this as a magnet for sure to carry around. Do I have my Mylar on there? Show enough. And we're just gonna see about how right. So this is something you wanna think about. Jesus. I have my phone set up on airplane mode, and I think I have my Wi-Fi calling turned on because by default it should disable it. Where was I at? Oh yeah, so when you put your image into your rectangle button maker, you want to be sure that you put your backing so that when you lift your backing up, right, this is not upside down, because if it's upside down, you're going to waste a button. So you definitely want to make sure that that is on there. And let's go ahead and turn you guys around like this. I'm going to hang you on the stand. And then what we're going to do is just run and press a few. I hope my Mylars get here tomorrow, or they're in a different box. I hope they didn't forget them, because I don't have 1,000 pins for sure. I don't have 500 pins, so the company that ordered 500 pins will have to be waiting a while until I get my pins, unless I make them all magnets. So check it out. Our button maker is ready to fire off. And then while I do that, we're going to take this and we're going to make this into our button. No, that's what it is. Maybe we get just a strand of paper or something caught in there. Why won't it go? It should go. I'm going to have to probably press about 100 sheets before it starts to release correctly. So you can see we're lining this up in here. And I think we have a couple of more to go. And we're just going to pop this. This is what we're looking at, right? And now we're ready to go here. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Who doesn't like He-Man? Dude, I could do these buttons all freaking day long. They're so much fun. You know, when you get hit with 100 button orders and you're like, you know, it's a blast. And so it helps my OCD and it helps my ADD. My wife says I have ADD. I've never been diagnosed, but you know what I love? I love to print buttons, and I'm not going to print the Mylar on these because they're not always needed. What we can do, though, is get one of these ready to put our pins in. And so we definitely want to put our pins in accordingly, just like every other Mylar device we have, and pin magnet system that we have. Your button is going to go under And I just gotta sit and think about which way this is gonna go for a minute. It's gonna go upward, so that needs to be out, I believe. So let's crouch one down and see. I don't wanna waste a Mylar for this. And so they hold in very good with paper, without the Mylar on there. They just hold in very, very good. The paper's going nowhere. It's been sealed underneath. And you can now begin to see how much fun it is to make your buttons. So while we're doing this, let's print up. So I'm going back to my Photoshop, and over here I'm showing you how I'm making these. Right, because a lot of you always wonder, well, how do you make buttons? What are you making with your buttons? Ernest, what art program are you using? Because, you know, I used to use Rips and stuff like that that did everything for me. And we're gonna take off the plumbing connection. We're gonna take off the Boston Digital. We're gonna take off the He-Man. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go Control-C, Control-V. And that's going to bring the sticker up. We're going to rotate this counterclockwise. We're gonna move this up to the highest level. Right there. We're now going to grab it. And we're just going to put this one here. So, you know, unlike your other buttons that are circles, this is great because we can actually run 5 buttons per print. Saves a lot of paper, by the way. And then what we're gonna do is I just wanna take this button right here and I'm gonna expand it just a little bit, because it's just that little bit that's peeking out. So I'm gonna want to use my grab tool, and we're just gonna wanna grab it like this. And potentially we wanna just go a little larger, right? Just like that, because what we want this to do, let's go like this. And now we're gonna Control D. And then we're gonna use this one more time, because the problem with your rectangle buttons is this, is that you want it to be perfectly centered. And as of course now you can see we've got to do some artwork. So we're just gonna go like this. Control-C, Control-V, Control-T. And we're just gonna put that right back there. But I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop that down one level, so now you don't even see it. And as you can see, it has now been enlarged and it covers the graphic. So now we'll do one more, going that way, and now our entire graphic should be hidden, but I think that I can just slide that over an angle like that. And then what I'll do is I will duplicate these two. I'll join those, and then we'll go remove this one. And then we'll come back here. And if we click that, they're all one. So we're gonna go Control-C, Control-V, and then we're gonna turn this, well, we don't have to right now. We can just take and lay this one right here. Bring that up just a tad. Control-C. I didn't need to do that again. I could have just duplicated the layer. And there we are. And then this bottom one, right? We're gonna just get rid of that bottom rectangle. And this one we can go Control-V, Control-T. We're gonna rotate this counterclockwise. And then we're gonna drop another one, Control-V. We're gonna rotate that one counterclockwise. And look. Now I want you to understand, everybody. one sheet of paper, okay? One sheet of paper, all right? You got, this is mind blowing. $3.50, $3.50, that's $6, $7, $14, $17.50. You tell me what out there can make you $17.50 off of one sheet of paper. I don't know. I don't know what can do it. And that is, you know, an introductory level of lowballing a customer just to have a first customer. Look, I got a first customer. Now, if you think about it, you know, last night when I was crazy, I was like, dude, I'll print you 100 of these for 50 cents each, right? That tells you just how much profit there is built into one button. And people love the button makers that are, or the button systems that are just like this, right? But they're so damn much money. You know, people out there are struggling to fill up their gas, you know, and here we are buying button makers. Sad thing is that you have to buy 15 of these to get in on the button world. We're gonna go print that to the back printer and hopefully that'll connect and print. I should hear it. Let's go to the back, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. We're gonna do 5 buttons, right? And the idea is, how fast can we do 5 buttons? How fast, after it's printed, can 5 buttons go once you're ready to knock them all out on magnets? And looks like for some reason my computer's off the network. My printer always goes off the network here. Kind of pisses me off, but there's very little I can do with it. I have to keep dragging my printer or PC over there. It's a massive problem, and I have to leave it off the network because when it's on the network, people will try to print to the network that printer's on, and they, you know, have no clue. So like fools, they're just going, oh, control print, I wonder where it's going. You know, and they have no damn clue. So I had to take my printer off the network because I come in here and there's a bunch of Chinese damn orders, you know, and I go knock on the doors and like, you guys owe me 15 cents. I didn't tell you to print on my printer. All right, let's hook this up and it'll print straight away. And even though I have a key, now there's all kinds of other stuff that you can print if you don't want to do stickers. You know, you can sublimate things, you can do name tags. And if you hold on just a moment, right? I'm gonna show you about a product that's sure to blow your mind. For button printing at live events, you know, you want a good photographic printer that's going to print and match colors, because that's probably the #1 question I get is, Ernest, you know, what printer should I get? Now, this is actually an 8.5 by 14 sheet, so I could have got 2 more buttons. I could have got 7 buttons on 1 sheet of paper. That's $35 on 1 sheet of paper. And because I'm gonna go and hit these friends of mine that are in business that are, yeah, Ernest, I'll do some buttons with you. You know, I discount them out the door. Hold on a second. Now, there's all kinds of other stuff that you can print if you don't want to do. All right, let me get this muted. I don't know what the hell it's not muting for. It should mute automatically. My damn volume is low. Let's see where this is at. My whole computer locked up just now. For button printing at live events, you know, you want a good photographic. Shit. Hold on. I have no clue why my computer's just done this. It's just totally locked up on us. Probably the #1 question I get. Ernest, you know, what printer should I get? I can't turn this thing on. What the hell is going on? Let's see if that'll unlock it. It's always some bullshit, right? There we go. Now it's responded. Wow, how weird that was. Okay, let's see what's going on. Now it's working up there. It's like it was stuck in this freeze mode. Okay. So now that we've got that done, let's put you back up on the stand really quick. I just want to see how much. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and get this here. Go ahead and get that on. Okay, now we're going to press some buttons. Let's go ahead and get these all cut and ready. So we're going to use this here. We're just going to cut right down the way. For an even faster way to cut these, you can probably use your Graph Tech cutter to cut a bunch of these. Of course, you'll have to use a cutting sheet, but the old hand scissor method, as long as you get a slave, and that slave is running the scissors, you'll be doing just great when it comes time to make these buttons. Sometimes the paper gets a little bent at the ends when your cutter is brand new. Now that we're in, you just have to flatten it out in some parts, and then it'll open up, get in there. It's only the first couple of times that you have to worry about this, and then it'll kind of open up for you. There we go. We're good here. Now let's just line her up. Oh yeah, this one's going to be perfect because, as you can see now, the rectangle marks end right at the corners. So we're just going to make sure that we can center this for a perfect cut. Right, looks good to me. Like so. Let's go ahead and get this back on the stand. So we got one done. There we go. Let's flip the camera. I got one done. What's going on, man? I'm in here playing with my new toy.
So what was so, oh, that metal?
Yeah, this was what was so heavy.
How's it working?
I love it.
That's awesome.
Already got me like a little He-Man. It's a magnet back.
Very cool.
This is for Union Twist Cannabis Company. My first customer.
Oh, were they?
On this machine, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Last night I threw out the deal of the century. Thought somebody would be my first customer, and they laughed at me. I told them, I will print you 100 of these for 50 cents each. Looked at me like I was a damn lunatic.
Really?
Really, yeah.
How much do they think they can get them for? They just couldn't see them.
Yeah, you can't get these for under $5 a piece. But it all goes back to branding. You know, some people don't want to brand their business, whatever. They're going to do what they're going to do. So we're just looking at the time. If you had somebody to just sit and cut all day long, we're on live right there, by the way. Yeah, you're good. So if you had somebody to just sit and cut there all day long, and you know, now I got to do a bunch of these, so we're just going to go ahead and run through 500.
You're going to do 500?
I'm going to try. I'll probably give up right around 10. No, it's not that hard. But,
10 p.m.?
10 p.m., yeah. So once you get it all set, right, and you're able, everybody, to just have all your sheets ready to go. You're already seeing that as we put in the paper now. They're starting to just go right through because we're starting to use it. And now, you know, every time we use it, this thing gets easier and easier to put your material through. Sometimes the paper does get stuck a little like it is here, but it is getting easier every time. we go through, and what's happening is there's still paper in here from the last cut. But it's not gonna matter, because it's just gonna, see, this is all the paper that gets stuck in your cutter. So you just have to make sure that you get it all out of there. Now, this is pretty much ready to cut, except I need to get all this paper out of there. So I can cut over it. And of course, the more, like I said, the more you use this thing, the more that the, the more smooth the inside of this will get from using it so much. We'll try to go in this way.